Hi everyone, and welcome back to Wellness by Nature. I'm Barbara Sage and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're diving into a topic that you might have heard a lot about, especially if you're active or simply looking to stay hydrated. Electrolytes. They're those mysterious ingredients in sports drinks, right? But what are they really, and why are they so important for our health? Today we'll explore what electrolytes actually are, why we need them, and how to make sure we're getting enough in our diet. So let's get started and uncover why these little minerals make such a big difference in our bodies. Let's start with the basics. Electrolytes are minerals that carry an electric charge, which may sound a little sci-fi, but they're crucial for keeping on our bodies functioning. The main electrolytes are sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, chloride, phosphate, and bicarbonate. You'll find these minerals naturally in a variety of foods and, of course, in our body's fluids. They help with things like maintaining hydration, nerve function, and muscle contractions, so they're pretty essential. One of the biggest roles of electrolytes is balancing the fluids in our body. Think about it. When we sweat, we're not just losing water, but also electrolytes, especially sodium and potassium. That's why, after a workout, it's important to replenish not only your fluids, but also these minerals. Otherwise, you might start to feel tired, get cramps, or even feel dizzy. And it's not just athletes who need to think about this. Anyone can benefit from keeping electrolyte levels balanced, especially if you live in a hot climate or have a very active lifestyle. Now, you might wonder where to get these electrolytes from, aside from sports drinks. The good news is that many whole foods are packed with them. For example, bananas are well known for their potassium, which is essential for muscle function. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are great sources of magnesium, which helps with energy production and muscle relaxation. And dairy products like milk and yogurt contain calcium, which is not only important for bones, but also for heart and muscle health. I remember reading that staying hydrated with the right balance of electrolytes can actually improve our energy levels and even our focus. This hit home for me, especially on days when I'd been working out hard and felt sluggish afterward. Once I started paying attention to replenishing my electrolytes, whether through food or electrolyte-enriched water, I noticed a big difference in how I felt. So for those of you who might feel fatigued after sweating a lot, it could be your body's way of saying it needs those electrolytes back. It's also worth noting that while sports drinks are a quick fix for electrolytes, they're not the only solution. Many of them contain added sugars, which aren't ideal if you're not doing high-intensity exercise. For most of us, whole foods can provide a great source of electrolytes without the extra sugar. Coconut water, for instance, is a natural source of potassium and is a great hydrating alternative. And a simple pinch of salt in water with a squeeze of lemon can actually make a great natural electrolyte drink if you're looking for a DIY option. One last thing to keep in mind is that electrolyte imbalances can sometimes happen when we're unwell, like during bouts of vomiting or diarrhea. In these cases, it's even more important to replace lost electrolytes to help the body recover. There are simple, over-the-counter electrolyte solutions for these situations, but you can also consult a healthcare professional if you're unsure. To wrap it up, electrolytes are essential minerals that help our body function properly, particularly by keeping us hydrated, aiding nerve and muscle function, and balancing our body fluids. The best way to get electrolytes is through whole foods like bananas, leafy greens, and dairy. But for those extra sweaty days, you might consider adding a natural electrolyte drink. As a small step, try adding an electrolyte-rich food to your day, especially if you're active or feeling low on energy. Listen to your body and notice how it feels when you're mindful of replenishing these minerals. Thanks for tuning in to Wellness by Nature. I'm Barbara Sage, and I hope you learned something new about electrolytes today. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend who could use a hydration boost. Here's to staying energized, hydrated, and balanced, one small step at a time.